Hey everyone, how is it going? Today a special video. Many of you have asked me to speak about the ARK of Osiris mode, so what best start there could ever be if not with a commentary? Therefore, I asked some friends in SW, Kingdom 75, where Chisgul is at, if I could join them and record their game against FcN this past weekend. They were extremely nice and said yes right away, so I thank them for the opportunity and let's get straight into it. But before, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and tell me what you think of this new video format after watching the video. So, what I do like to see in the beginning from both teams is the teleporting order. Normally, you will prefer the players that teleport first with the beginning obelisk occupation to be in the last rows, so the very last players to come into the game. So the late teleporting players can be closer to the gate in order to redispatch their marches faster. In this case, both of the teams are teleporting right away into the game, ready for the beginning of the battle. In the front, our friend Chisgul with Groggy and Cortex on the side. I remember that those places are reserved for the leader, the warlord and the counselor of the alliance. On the FcN side, Big Boy Justin, Ozai and Bo Tiger. Gates opening, and something already to specify here. The starting mechanic of the regular ARK of Osiris already changed during the Season 3 of the league, but that was not applied during the competition. Some skills have been reworked and also the skill points have changed. Now you have already 3 points at the very beginning, so no wonder why both teams have already activated the Divine Aid skill here. Marches pouring off the gates, T1s going for the obelisks, everything regular. Minute 52, all constructions are now unshielded and ready for the first capture. FcN is being very aggressive on the buildings, occupying SW's Altar and Shrine of Life on the west side, forgetting about their Shrine of War for a good 30 seconds, but that's okay. FcN holding a bit to the building thanks to the Zenobia that is snuck inside, SW swarming it back but not holding onto it, since the players around were not careful to reinforce immediately. So FcN gains control of it again, holding it for more than 3 minutes and granting themselves the first occupation score, which is always great. In the meanwhile, the first ARK battle has begun. Skills starting firing off and SW has a much better positioning comparing to the opponent, resulting in a pretty one-sided battle here. A bit of a mistake for the squad, losing their obelisk just a couple minutes before using the second Divine Aid, which I remember requires 12 minutes to be used again. Heavy building aggression on the Sky Altar, which ends going down to the force of FcN's swarm. At the same time, SW takes the counterpart's building, in fact resulting in an altar trade-off. Second Divine Aids activated, back rows disruption working well on FcN's outposts that seem not to be garrisoned, so a bit of a mistake there. FcN using Valiant stand on their middle altar, trying to hold onto it, considering the heavy pressure of SW. The building will end going down, but there is something interesting that I would like to recall. I was afraid that Chisgul's rally, William plus Saladin in this case, could not hit with all of those marches swarming, because I remember that the maximum number of players attacking the structure is 10. But he probably yelled in Discord to back off for a second, so they did, and William was able to attack the structure almost immediately. So a good coordination there. Here we have Route 88, which is on a wrong position, and he is bullying this poor guy Sif, which is honestly not something you should do. Just let him be there, it will not serve any purpose with a red march anyway. You see here a CCT master with his Takeda doing work, taking one outpost after another and then finally ending up on taking the other obelisk as well. Well done! This should not normally happen, but it was great of him to take advantage of the enemy's distraction on the garrisons. Skills firing off in the middle, battle for the second arc has begun, and we see here that the arc carrier is ready to fly, westy west, with not one, not two, but 3 marches dedicated to taking this arc. We have a Cao Cao, Belisarius, and a Saladin. And he pulls that off in an excellent way, holding onto that arc like a dog with a bone and not giving FcN a break. So, well done. Here we see a not usual rallying combo, a Leonidas primary with Harald secondary. Probably what the rally leader had in the sleeve at that moment, doing work, but probably just because SW took the building earlier and it's half empty now. Anyway, they have a Theodora inside, which is always good to have. Aggression with a lonely rally on the Smash Squad Shrine of Life, which is heavily swarmed, and I don't know if this is the right move, because the unsupported rally winning a full garrison is so much Season 1 Osiris League, so they could have maybe let him live a bit longer, poor guy, and this would also serve the purpose of slowing down the next rally. We have here with SW the same issue as FcN, losing basically all of the back row buildings, which altogether is a good chunk of points. Third arc incoming, both teams firing off to the death. Better position for SW, more compact fight with their murder ball, comparing to FcN, which has them all around, unfortunately, because they were late to go to the middle due to the buildings they had to recover. Westy West in action again, taking his third arc, definitely a fast player to take account for. After this, FcN probably gave up because their arc carrier had a pretty lonely and clear run for this fourth arc, which I remember spawned only because the first 3 were captured pretty quickly. We see him using Cao Cao plus Julius Caesar here, which is an interesting combo to have both speed and a bit of bulkiness, as Caesar's second skill works even when you are not attacking directly. In the endgame, a bit of fun from both teams, Negan bullying this city with his YSG Nebu and breaking the enemy's wall, fun to watch.
Bruh.
The match came to an end with a gap of 20,000 points, so GG well played to SW and of course to FcN as well. Taking a look to the final score, Occupation and Arc were for sure in favor of SW, while FcN had a slight advantage on Provision, which was unexpected since SW used Insatiable Desire during the game, so maybe they committed very few marches for the Provision. That was it. If you want more commentaries in the future, keep in mind that I'm planning to do all of these live, and I will do that as soon as I will have an equipment that will consent me to do it. If you enjoyed this content, you can support me with a like and with a subscription to the channel. It will be great for me as a new content creator. As always, I will see you on the next one. Ciao!